Welcome to Round Glass. I'm Christina Dufour. Thank you for joining me for this meditation on cultivating well-being with Yoga Nidra. The goal of today's practice is to explore visualization with imagery of outer experiences, which will help the body release tension, ease into deep relaxation, and ultimately rejuvenate our energy. I really love being here with you live. And I'm wondering, what's one word that you might use to describe how you're feeling right now? Please feel free to share it in the chat if you're comfortable. I'd like to take a moment to talk about what it's like to visualize your own reflection and a little bit from my experience with that. I was first introduced to that in metta, or loving kindness meditation, where we would visualize our own face or visualize sitting in front of ourselves, looking into our own eyes. And I distinctly remember feeling like I must have been doing something wrong, or that something was wrong because I couldn't see my own face. And no matter how many times I visualized this or went into the practice, the only thing I could do is kind of sense a feeling that maybe I was connecting to myself, but the imagery was either not there or very blurry and unclear. When I got into Yoga Nidra practice and I started developing my skills of visualization, I also came across imagery that had me visualize myself in a mirror or in a lake. And in the beginning, the same sort of thing was occurring. I couldn't really see a clear reflection. But over time, this imagery did become more clear for me. And I was able to see, and am now able to see, a reflection of my face and even my body with great clarity. There's even the capacity to affect change in the visualization. So I encourage you, no matter what your experience is like in your relationship with yourself or visualizing yourself, to just remain open and keep practicing. And I promise that you'll get to a new place with some time. Now, when we see experiences from our own life, which I'm going to guide us through today, I just do want to say ahead of time that I'd like for you to do your best to allow these to arise on their own. As I'm guiding you, I'm going to leave some space for these visuals to come, and I'd like for you to try not to create them. Just see what arises as we go through the practice. So I want to thank everyone for sharing in the chat. I see that some people are feeling challenged, grateful, overwhelmed. Okay, well, thank you for sharing. And if it's your first time trying Yoga Nidra, I hope that you like it. I'd like to prepare us for our practice now by demonstrating the posture for you. We generally practice lying down in the position called Shavasana. We don't often use props, but if you need a bolster beneath your knees, a low pillow beneath your head, or if you'd like a light cover over your body, please feel free to offer yourself that support. You're going to lie down just like this, with your arms and legs outstretched. Please find this position now. You'll see me getting up from the position because I'm going to instruct you from a seat. But I'm going to ask that you remain laying down for the entirety of the practice. And I promise I'll bring us together at the end when we close. So by now you've come into Savasana, your lying down posture. And I'd like to encourage you to just take any adjustments you might need to get comfortable. And any movements out of the body that you might need so that you feel like you can come into stillness. Maybe take a few breaths. And when you notice your body just starts to naturally settle and you feel yourself coming into stillness, allow your eyes to soften closed. Draw your awareness into your body and begin to feel the body. See if you can feel the whole body together. Feel the whole body together. Now imagine that you could see your body lying on the ground. Come out of yourself and see your body as if you were standing in the room, observing your body from the outside, and see your body lying on the ground in Yoga Nidra. Look at your body from all angles. See it from the side, from the top. Look at your body from the angle at the end of the feet or at the top of the mat. And now come back into your body. Bring your awareness back into your body and feel the physical body. Feel the physical body lying on the ground. And feel the physical body in contact with the ground. You can feel the body in contact with the ground. Notice all of the places where you feel this contact. And let your body on the ground. And go to your head and feel the connection of the head and the earth. Feel the connection of the head and the earth. Feel your eyes drop to the back of the head and fall into the floor. The space between your brow widens. Eyebrows slide to the temples. Temples drip to the ears. And ears fall to the floor. Sense your cheeks are heavy. Your lower jaw releases. Feel your voluminous tongue fill the lower palate. And the roof of the mouth broadens open wide and up. All the little muscles of your forehead release. And you give the weight of your head to the earth completely. Feel your throat fill the back of the neck. And now Feel where the arms meet the floor, where the shoulder blades meet the floor. And imagine the ground is rising up beneath your arms. Beneath your shoulder blades, the ground is rising up. And as your forearms and elbows are supported by the ground, you feel the arms relaxing. The ground is rising up beneath your shoulder blades and upper back, feeling supported. And you feel the collarbones slide in opposite directions off the front of the chest. Imagine liquid is being poured into your belly. Liquid pouring into your abdomen and filling it up. All of your organs are floating around in liquid. You feel your belly filling with liquid, and that liquid belly pools down to fill your lower back. Now sense your hips in contact with the ground. Sense the ground touching your hips and feel your hips becoming heavy, like a sandbag dropped on the floor. The sandbag sinks and spreads. Feel your hips sinking and spreading on the ground. Heavy hips. Feel your heavy hips. Legs are effortless. Heels are heavy. Imagine your heels are resting on a light sand, and your heavy heels begin sinking into that sand, making imprints in the ground. Feel your heavy heels making imprints in the ground. And sense your whole body supported. Your whole body relaxed. Now come into your root center. The root center just above the perineum, the first energy center in your body. Connect to the energy of your root, Muladhara. Touch it with a small flower. Now attention rises up to Svatisthana in your sacrum. Sense the energy of Svatisthana inside your body at the spinal terminus and touch it with a small flower. Let your awareness rise up the spine, straight behind the navel. In your spine, behind the navel, is Manipur. Touch this center with a small flower. The center of your navel. Now attention arises to your heart center. Within the center of your chest, at your heart, is Anahat. Connect to this center and touch it with a small flower. And go to your throat. Vishuddhi. Touch it with a flower. Bring your attention to the top of the spine in the center of the brain, Ajna, your third eye. Touch it with a flower. Now go to the top of your head. Go to the top of your head, Sahasrar, your crown. Touch it with a flower. Now the psychic symbols. With Muladhara, at your root, see a red rose. Smell of the rose. At Svatistan, waves on the ocean at night. See waves on the ocean at night at Svatistan. Manipur, in your navel, see a yellow lotus. A yellow lotus blooming at Manipur. Go to Anahat at your heart and see a single candle flame flickering. A single candle flame flickering at your heart. At Vishuddhi, a blue bell ringing. See a blue bell ringing at Vishuddhi. Violet orchids at Ajna. Go to your third eye and see a violet orchid. And at Sahasrar, at the crown, see a burning fire. A burning fire at Sahasrar. Now see a waterfall flowing into a river flowing into the ocean. See the river merging with the ocean. A mountain range with snow-capped peaks. See a bird soaring through the sky. Tall trees in a forest. An open field of green grass. Now see your neighborhood. See the neighborhood where you live and see your home. See the neighborhood where you live and see your home in your mind's eye. Walk into your home and notice how you feel. Connect with your unconscious mind. Connect with your unconscious mind and ask your unconscious mind to bring to you a memory, an image of something that occurred in your life recently that's important for you. Let the imagery arise on its own, bringing a vision of something that occurred recently in your life that's important to you. And let this memory play out all on its own. Relive it in the moment now. Ask your subconscious mind if there's anything you need to know about this image, about this vision, and receive that information. Now see yourself in your home in front of a mirror that you know well, and try to see your reflection in this mirror. You are standing in front of a mirror you look into often, and let your reflection come to you. If you need, wipe away any fog, clear up the mirror to see your reflection completely and clearly. Now, connect with your subconscious. Connect with your subconscious and open to imagery, open to seeing a vision of something that is important to you, living out an experience in your life. Let it play out on its own. Let the imagery be shown to you. Connect to whatever is knowing, whatever knowing there is for you connected with this imagery. And now see yourself standing in front of a full-length mirror. See yourself standing in front of a full-length mirror, a full-length mirror that you know well, that you've stood in front of before. And allow your reflection to become clear to you. See the reflection of your whole body. Now look into your face. Maybe walk closer and look at the reflection of your face in this mirror. Then look into your own eyes. Look directly into your own eyes. Hare Om Tat Sat. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Please allow the imagery to begin to fade and feel yourself breathing. Take some deeper breaths as you rest here with your eyes closed, noticing how you feel. Before moving too much, open your eyes and just look around. Before moving the body, just look around. Take in the space with your eyes. The furniture, the walls, the ceilings, the windows, whatever is around you, take it in as fully as possible. Then feel into your body and bring some movement into your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes, stretching as you might need. And as you're ready, you'll gently roll to one side before making your way to a finishing seat. Feel free to take your time. There's no rush. And you can take a few moments to reflect on this experience during your transition to a seat, noticing what it was like for you. There are some commonly asked questions that come up after Yoga Nidra, so we'll address some of those now. I can't seem to visualize myself. I don't see my face or anything. What am I doing wrong? This is one of our questions. I would say you're not doing anything wrong. You're in the beginning stages of developing your capacity for visualizing yourself. What's interesting, and you might want to pay attention to it if you're experiencing this, is tuning into your sense of feeling. Remember, we have different senses, and even our intuition comes to us in different ways. One way is seeing, another way is feeling, another way is sensing or knowing, right? So these are often referred to, right, as clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience is another one. You can use these faculties just as much as your visualization. So what I mean by this is when you're visualizing yourself, see if you can tap into a feeling that you're looking at yourself. You're connecting to your own body, your own energy. And even if you don't see an actual vision, the feeling and the knowing is such that you are making a connection. And so I would rely on that in the beginning until your visual skills start to improve and increase with some practice. Just keep tuning into feeling, sensing, and knowing that you're making a connection. Another question is, when images were coming to me about my life, it's like I was seeing something from my future. Is that possible? Well, from my study in yogic philosophy, it is certainly possible to access imagery and visions of the future and different levels of consciousness. But it's kind of interesting because even if you were to go to one of those layers where you could access that information, often when you come back to this layer and you're re-experiencing that or kind of looking at it, a part of your mind, because this is a different place of consciousness, is going to start analyzing that or looking at that vision and making judgments about it. So it's actually kind of very challenging to go in, let's say, and see a vision and then come back and be able to analyze and articulate that and judge it properly. My suggestion is that, especially if you're going slowly and not so deep in yoga nidras such as these, and you're having experiences where you're seeing something that appears to be the future to you, just recognize that your subconscious can give you imagery and is giving you imagery all the time. And most likely what you're going to see through any of this practice, most likely, is just going to be something that's kind of predominant for you in your subconscious, whether it's a mental impression of some sort or a desire, things like that. Now, I want to thank you for sharing this time together. Please continue to explore meditation with us. You can check out our daily live meditations at round.glass or on our app. And I look forward to practicing with you in my next live session. Have a great evening.